lost count, of making our dancing banana, finishing the skeleton, and doing the face, the shape keys for the face. Now I cheated because there's been an update in Iclone's 3D Exchange, so I downloaded it because they patched the old one too. I'm actually going to use the Iclone version 5, Exchange version 5, because this is just a avatar based on the G5 avatar. But they patched it, so I went and took a peek and cheated and to see how my skeleton was working. And it's not bad, except that my clavicle bone is too far in here at the shoulder area, so when he moves it kind of doesn't work right. Now the other issue I had was this, which may or may not work. I'm going to move the hips out a bit, which will unfortunately affect these bones in here. But the hips are in, and I like it, so I'm going to try this, and I may end up untrying it later. But the skeleton works, so we don't have to test that. We'll test it after. Usually what I do is before I start go much farther after I've done the bones, before I start with the facial the shape keys, I check out the skeleton, because once you put the shape keys in, you can't change a whole lot, so it's kind of better to do that beforehand. So now anyways, we're gonna finish our skeleton here. Not a big deal. This is, I'm gonna call this head 2 and 3 or something like that. I just want to be able to move my banana top when I'm doing stuff. So I'm going to put some bones in here. And I'm gonna call this head 2, head 3, head 4, and I'm going to connect it to the head so it should move with it, hopefully. Now down here I'm going to basically do the same thing, but I'm going to do it off of my pelvis bone. So I'm going to extrude this down. I'll probably call it tail instead of pelvis, so maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. Very simple, really. Oops, try not to grab the wrong bones. Just move this down here like this, so that should be done. Now I'll just check the roll on everything, which should be fine, I hope. I haven't rolled anything. There will be roll on the face, but it's that one's fine, I think. Okay, I'll put roll 0. Roll 0. Roll 0. Roll 0. I'm just moving these to 0. Oops, this one has a roll. These probably are fine. Yep, that's fine. So is there we go. I think everything else I checked it before. Okay, so all my rolls are at 0 and my skeleton is done. Turn off x-axis mirror. I'm going to save this twice. I'm going to save it under skeleton, and then I'm going to save it as Viseme, whatever. Now I'm going to, one more time, I'm going to duplicate this. Shift D. Move it there. Geometry. Snap the cursor to the selected. There, that's better. Now, Shift D. There we go. So it's all centered, everything's wonderful. Well, it's fine like that. It's going to move it forward, but it's not a big deal. So I've got my bones in. Control P. Automatic weights. Save it again. Now for our Visemes. Did I import that information in already? Empties. Where are our empties? Bones, hierarchy. Oh, there they are. I guess not. So I'm gonna move this over here. Shift D, move it there. I'm gonna change the image to our Viseme. As soon as I can find it, I know it's around here somewhere. Avatars. Oops. ABC. Viseme. PNG. Open. There we go. Need this. Shift D. Another one I'm going to need later for the facial bones. Just have to figure out where I put it. So many photos. There it is. Facial bones. Facial weight. Same thing. Facial weight. I want facial weight. So, you know, not facial weight. Okay. I'll move it all back here. There we go. So what I want right now is to work on our Visemes, because he's going to talk. So where we want to go is into our shape keys. Active data to display here. It's called plane. I'm going to actually name this properly. Dancing banana. Dancing. Oops. Let me try and put my banana. Dancing banana rig. There we go. Now it's all named. So you can see down here we have the vertex groups from our weighting of the skeleton, and below that we have our shape keys. So I'm going to just hide that because I cannot work with the skeleton in the way. And we have our shape keys. So we need to start with a neutral shape. I'm going to get rid of the textures too. Do I want to call that the neutral shape? I guess it's not bad. Edit. I think I'm gonna play with this, the beginning shape first a little bit. It looks a little mean right now. Connected. Oops. Control Z. Down again. There, I'll call that my beginning shape. Doesn't look a whole lot different, but that's fine. So we'll start there. That's the start key. I'm going to call this one none, and it's going to be exactly the same because sometimes I screw up and want to go back. Now the problem with this is if you move vertexes anywhere on the body, it gets incorporated into the shape key, so we want to not do that. So basically we have finished editing our mesh. Unless we want to delete all the shape keys, we can do that too, and start over again. But shape keys are kind of icky to make, so you may want to avoid redoing them too many times. So here we go. It's very simple, really. It's, again, very repetitive. Start with EE. Go into edit mode. I try and use the model up here to give me a basis. You don't want to overdo them because they pop when he's talking, but you want to have enough variance that it kind of makes sense. Doing these over and over again, you start to think that, you know, you did them before, because this isn't one of these processes that doesn't change a whole lot. Shapes are shapes. You get a little bit better at them over time. Scale it on the x-axis. E. Teeth. Now here, if you remember rightly, I left teeth on, although in this case, I'm not going to do a whole lot of changing. Just want to make sure that they don't come out of the gums any more than I need them to. So there's E. E. That looks like an E to me. And then you can, the minimum, you can use the reverse for stuff if you want. Just make sure you key it in before you move them over. So basically that is how you do Visemes. So I'll do a couple more and then I'll probably turn this off and do the rest and come back. when I'm close to done them. I sit here when I do them and I'm busy doing the sounds, trying to see how my jaw drops. Okay, so getting close to the end. I'm going to do angry. I'm doing some emotions now for this guy. I did all his Visemes, is for the vowels and consonants. So angry is what I'm doing now. Angry is kind of fun. I like to do the angry one. Forward a bit. Oh, that wasn't very good. Grab it. Forward. Scale it on the x-axis a bit. Fix his teeth up. There we go. While I was working on him, I noticed in two areas I had not quads, so I fixed that and I redid the UV map for his for the banana face, the banana main part of his body, which was 5 seconds. Since I didn't move any vertexes, I didn't have to redo my shape keys, but I had to fix this because it wasn't done properly, or I missed it when I was putting in my darts anyhow. So it's fixed now, so that's pretty much done. Now let us bring back our skeleton, and let's hope I weighted it well. I might come back and work on the face a little bit because of the jawbone, because you have to put the weighting in the right area. It's that red patch, but it's not a big deal. And you'll see here it says spine bone 2. says the rib cage should be weighted to it, but I'll take a look at it in a sec. It's probably fine, but we'll take a quick look. Oops, can't do it in that. I'll have to do spine 2. Look for here. There's to be I know it's around here somewhere. Spine. Oh, there's the search key. Spine 2. Weight paint. It's not really weighted very well, is it? I'm gonna leave it because he's not a conventional character. I might have to come back and do some weight painting. We'll see. File, save. Of course, the problem with him is simply that he's a fat character. So the bones are a bit different. Anyhow, so that's that. Now we're going to export just the selected. File, save. Export as an FBX 6.1. Selected objects only, and I decided that the scaling was about 12 on this guy. You want to remove apply modifiers, because if you don't, you'll lose all your shapes that you just did. The rest, it doesn't really matter. I don't have anything other than the form bones. So I'm going to call him Dancing Banana. I may have to apply the scaling. I just realized. Apply rotation and scale. Now let's try it again. Well, probably saved fine before, but just in case. Dancing Banana. Selected objects only. Export. So that should be hopefully not too bad. So I'm going to import it into Iclone 3D Exchange. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to upgrade to the 3D Exchange 6.0 now for this, or do it with the 5.3 or 4 or whatever the heck I have. 5.4 I guess is the last one. So we'll meet you in there. Okie dokie, so here we are inside Iclone Exchange 6. I bought 6 hoping that displacement maps would be there. They're not. So basically I could have used version 5 right now. So there's not a whole lot of new features in it. So here we go. We'll go for our Dancing Banana now. Also, I tried to import it using, since they upgraded the 3D Exchange to newer stuff and Reallusion as well, it should theoretically work with the FBX 7.4, because that's what it was. The plugin was created for inside Blender. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Iclone is not supporting the morphs yet, so I'm still exporting it in the old 6.1 or whatever, and that's that. So basically, I could have done this in 5, so I delayed this recording for no reason. Anyhow, the inside looks the same. Before we start, I'm just going to deal with the shininess because it drives me crazy. Strength 100, Specularity way down to practically nothing. So there we are, and it's the right size. There's our dummy to check. I'll align it to the center, even though I think it is. Align it to the center, align it to the ground, all perfect. So nothing there. So we're going to convert it to non-standard and start mapping. I'll do some of the mapping using the menu on the side here, like that one, and our spine and our hips. And then we've got, these are our hip bones, our little hip bone there, we don't want that, we'll leave that there. And our feet, oops, are done. There we go. Now we don't want the clavicle there, we want the clavicle elsewhere, mapped elsewhere. So there we go, very easy, simple. And I guess I'll do this. I know this is gonna work because I tried it before when I was experimenting. I just tweaked it. I don't know what, I'm gonna leave that there. No, the head is, that's fine. Talking. Spine 1, spine 2, spine 1, spine 2, spine 3. We may get rid of that after, we'll see how it reacts. Now for the hands. I find the hand is easy here. I'm on the right hand. And right finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4, finger 5, finger 6, all the way up. One hand, and I'll do the other hand, which is up here. 2, 3, 4. So if I get lost, I just count my digits, my bones, and I'm sure there's a more complicated solution by calling them by the finger type, but I'm simple-minded. So here we go, almost done. This should work. Oops, there you go. T-pose. Now let us hope we got it all working. Head calibration preview. Pretty good. I don't think it's gonna get any better than that because it is a banana after all. Upper. Try a lower. This is where it's gonna get a little bit scary. Oops, 3. Well, it worked. These bones down here would be what we would use for that, but we don't need those now. Now we've got our face, jaw, because I named it properly, and that's fine. I'm not going any farther than that. T-pose, preview, convert. Okay, so now we've done that, we're going to go for our Visemes expression editor. Very simple. Head orientation, because I've mapped certain things, these are already working. I guess that you can, now our eyes, we don't have an eye thing. Did I weight the jaw? I don't even remember. We'll find out in a second. There he goes. Okay, I guess I did weight it. Jaw drop, set, left. Let me go to the front again. Left is this way. Set. There we go. That's better. Right. Where did I put the right? Is this away? So I'll drop it a little bit too. There we go. Set. Those are the only ones that I worry about, really. Now our Visemes, I did put bones on the face and I labeled them. I put face in front of them, and so they show up. But we're not going to use them, even though I put them in. We're going to use our Visemes. So here we go. Oops, I need to get rid of the 0.2 there. Okay, now we can see E. Let us move in a bit. Set. Maybe that's a bit strong. There. Set it. IH. E. Set. 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 S and Z. Set. CH. Set. F and V. Set. TH. Set. TLB. Set. BMP. Set. KNG. Set. N. Set. Oops. Try that again. N. Set. R. Set. Okay, so I've got emotions down here. So we're going to go for custom. And I'm going to set the emotions to it. Just one after another. Smile. Happy. Sad. Surprised. Angry. Crazy. And then I'll just do these two. Right lift up and down, right lip up and right lip down. Okay, so that's done. So basically he should be set up for inside Iclone. So that's it, not too hard. Now I'll just export it to Iclone. Export Iclone 6. Export geometry. I'm going to say 2048 because that's the other side. Now I'm going to change my default folder for this, my folder for this from the default, which is the Iclone one, because I'm just like that. Blender tutorial, banana. Okay, so it's already got its stuff. I don't have any animations, just I didn't import any. I could make some if I want. Maybe we will. Anyhow, so that's done. And the next part we're gonna do is the eyeballs, and we'll set them all up inside Iclone. So that's that. See you next time. Bye for now.